guys, this is my second test run because the first one was interrupted by a cat being insane and has just run across my hand and cut it wide open. So I've shut the door because I'm not having that bullshit again. It was very painful and I spilled my tea everywhere. So I'm going to get that back on my knee because it's nice and warm, and my leggings are now a little bit wet. And yes, I am wearing Christmas tree leggings in March because I don't care. I love them. Black milk all the way. So yes, the topic has come up recently that I wanted to tackle with everything going on in the DC world with the new TV shows, as well as films and things coming out. A lot of people have taken to the internet and decided, sorry camera wobble, decided to start stating that they think Harley Quinn is overrated and that they don't understand why she's such a well-loved character. So here's my answer to that. I'm going to have a sip of tea first, but so still warm, it's fine. Personally for me, I love Harley Quinn because she's relatable. I know this is not for everybody. She's not going to be relatable for everybody. That no character is, I don't really think anyway. But to me she is. We follow this character. She does what it takes to get where she wants to be, whatever it takes, to get into the job that she wants, to get the life that she wants. She's smart, she's athletic, she's determined, and all of it is undone when she falls in love with an abusive asshole, and it happens. I've seen it happen before. I've had it happen to me. It just does. From this point, because she becomes a little bit obsessive, we all know this. She's easily influenced and she's completely and totally taken by this incredibly charming psychopath. And that is relatable to me. Obviously not such a grand scale as that on a personal level, but there are women out there who fall for serious hardened criminals. It's life. I'm not really sure why on that level, but for me it's the way she acts. She ignores his wrongs. She finally acknowledges him and she pretends not as bad. She takes the fall for him. She takes blame for everything. She makes other people think it's her wrongdoings, not his. And she just takes all this shit off him. She lets him hit her. She lets him treat her like shit. And he can say one nice thing and she'll come running back because she loves him. And I have been there. A relationship like that, it definitely wasn't healthy. It wasn't that dire. Because of physical abuse, TMI. But I've had someone completely wrap me around their little finger. I've changed entirely from them. I've hidden their wrongdoings. I've told people that it was my fault when it was theirs. I've forgiven horrible things that have been said and done because we're in love. And from that perspective, I can see myself in Harley Quinn, and that makes me care for her. It gives me feelings for what happens to this character. We get to see her grow when she leaves the Joker. She becomes herself again, her own person, and she reflects the happy, intelligent, determined woman we saw to begin with, or very briefly saw. When she rocks it, in my opinion. You read different comics, you see different cartoons. Personally, I'm a fan of the animated series, and you know, I watch these and I start rooting for her. I think I want her to leave his stupid ass for good. I want her to just stay away, and we know a relapse is inevitable because anyone who's been in love can vouch for there's not a lot you can do when your heart rules your head. You know, you just do what is said, especially in an abusive relationship, because they are unbelievably difficult to leave. And I think that's where I appreciate this character, because seeing what she went through, being able to relate it to what I went through, I feel like it gives perspective. It shows that there is a way to get out, and it can be difficult, but there's a reason you need to. And you know, the Joker is like a classic abuser. He makes her feel small, he makes her feel worthless, he makes her feel insecure, and like he's the only person that's ever going to be there for her, but he treats her like shit. He, you know, absolutely destroys her, and then he does the smallest thing. I remember in one of the City Sirens she's going with every intention to kill him, a little bit extreme, but with every intention to kill him, she is going to Arkham Asylum, and all he has to say, the only thing, is there is Mister, and she's straight back there again, and I can completely understand. Because no matter what they do, whoever, they just make it so manipulative that you always go back, and that is realistic to me. One of the reasons I love her so much. She even says in one of the comics, if you ever loved someone you knew was wrong for you, someone who would hurt you over and over again and hurt all those around you, but you could forgive them because living without them would hurt even more. And I've had friends who felt like that, and it is very relatable on a level for me. So that's kind of one of the reasons. Then it gets interesting. When the Joker dies, or is apparently dead, she becomes entirely different, in my opinion. She's still Harley Quinn, but totally different at the same time. And this is a turning point. This is the woman that she's grown into, and I absolutely adore her at this point. She won't take any more shit once she's found herself, and that for me is something to look up to. I know a lot of people think Harley Quinn should not be looked up to, but that is a good reason. She turns around after being hit, and obviously this happens a lot in the comics to her, but this time she's not being hit by the Joker, she's being hit by Lobo. And she says, I've had a little bit of time, I've started to come to terms with my life without my pudding, and you know what, I've decided no one gets to lay a hand on me ever again. And she punches him through a wall. She has become a woman who will not take shit, and that is just a better reason than any to love this character, because she has grown. You can see the character development, and it's important. And the thing is, while this relationship with her and the Joker is a huge part of her character, it is not the only part. Yeah, she's relatable for having been in a similar situation, and this gives me the constant desire to see her thrive, but it's also the fact that she's got other characteristics that I love. She's genuinely funny and witty. If you've not seen this, please go read the bits and bobs with Harley Quinn and Arrow, because they are my absolute favourite. They're absolutely hilarious, and she's kind. I mean, obviously not always, you know, she has killed people and she's a criminal sometimes, but she is kind. She's kind to bats occasionally. She's really kind to children, especially that little girl with the monkey. Absolutely adorable. And she's kind to a family. A family don't deserve it. If you've read that in the Sirens, they treat her like shit, and she still tries to see the best in them, and that is something that I find quite important. And she's genuine. She's a genuine friend. I think anybody who's read the Sirens series at least can see that even though she's got her faults, she is a genuine friend to Ivy and Selena, and they all work together so well. And the small things, the little joys that she takes in life, that she's still completely, after all this shit that she's been through, sees the world with a childlike awe, and absolutely just, she can just forget things and enjoy herself and run around like a little girl and still absolutely, you know, be in love with the world. That is inspiring, and to be honest, that is the reason I love her. And while aside from the fact that she's a total badass, I think that these are reasons why other people do too. So you might not agree. I would love to hear your thoughts and feelings on the matter. Please let me know, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.